Alrighty, how we going, everybody? I am returning back to the Forgotten City. We're right near the end now. So if this is your first experience with the Forgotten City, I don't recommend you watching or tuning in to this right now, because it's going to make no sense if you don't know anything about it. It's a game that has just an overlying premise around the whole thing, and if you know the answer to that, then the game is not going to be as fun. So I'm right at the end. We've got information to uncover. So just a reminder, this game is better off blind. If you haven't played it and are thinking of playing it, do not watch this stream. Alright, you've been warned. Let's continue. Alright, so we've already met the god of the underworld once. We now have his beloved wife's crown. So seeing him again, is going to tell us a different story. Let's go talk to the philosopher. Nope.
Salve, friend.
Except Sentius regularly runs up a system and when the ground starts to run. That's cool. We'll do that next time.
All right then. I'll get out of your way.
That's another ending, so we'll do that next time. Hey,
Isn't the great temple majestic?
yeah, the great temple. Up there. And that glowing dildo. So yeah, we got Prosephine's crown. Excuse me. Watch this shit. What the fuck?
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You are unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will. I I would recognize that anywhere. And yet my beloved still wears hers. What is this? How did you come by it?
I took it from her after I killed her in another time.
You vile, despicable creature. Why would you do such a thing? And worse still, boast about it.
I didn't want to kill her, but if you don't put an end to the golden rule, I will do it again. I could do this all day, and the golden rule alright well.
You have put me in an impossible position. If I refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree, I will lose my wager and return to Elysium humiliated and alone. Perhaps you are cleverer than you appear, mortal. I do not see that I have a choice in this. Your treachery and savagery have opened my eyes like nothing I have witnessed in 3,000 years. And now you have shown me your species' true colors. And I see that Proserpina was a fool to have ever believed in you at all. This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this. If I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
Why we can't go to Elysium? He's told me that.
Very well. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest. Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time. Now, are you ready?
So you're aware I'm from a different time period, and that the portal's been opening. So you're aware of the loops.
You had best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
Okay, that's another ending then. It's not going to be the canon ending. Okay. Oh, I'm up here.
Oh! Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years. Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them. Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared, said barely a word, and entered the temple of the mysterious god, this one here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to him. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook, and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him, and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
These Romans are crazy. Sounds a bit far-fetched.
What? Oh, I see. For a moment there, I thought you were serious. Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
Might as well talk to him.
You go on ahead.
Let's talk to Karen again.
You're back! Ah, why don't you tell me? Really? Ow!
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't... And there was a tap...
Sounds like quite a You two.
Sounds good.
And you?
Okay. 1 year later. Alright, this is really new.
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again. After everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you, I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
You're finally here. Remember me?
They've come to the modern time?
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance at life. I know! I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there. Oh, I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Of course, there's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you.
Damn
So
it,
you
I
better
wish
keep moving.
I
We'll speak again
went
soon, my
through
friend.
the entire steps till
Oh, hello.
You're here.
Go
It's
through
lovely
again.
to finally meet you. Galerius told me all about you. So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work. I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable. Galerius and I are engaged and expecting. We've just bought a lovely villa in the countryside with room for a large family, and Dooley too, of course. It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined. We're just so thankful for what you did for us. For all of us. Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself. See you at the wedding, I hope.
Hello. I'm Dooley. Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like
It's
it.
you.
I live at Galerius and Equitia's house. They look after me now and help me remember when I forget things, like brushing my teeth. Treasure? Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box now. Galerius got me a box that tells stories. It's my favourite thing. Yeah, they're fun. Bye-bye.
You are here. It's nice to finally meet you. Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile. If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So, I'm studying to get into medical school. As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time. Oh, she didn't make it. She died from poison while you were in the Great Temple. It was very sad. She was a good woman and a friend.
Yes,
It
I need to
wasn't
read
your
this.
fault. Decius is to blame. He's here somewhere too. Not that anyone would talk to him. I'm not even sure how he got invited. You too. Don't be a stranger.
Hey.
Hi there, I'm Horatius. I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life, and reuniting Scintilla with us as well. So, thank you. I'm living up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day. The world's changed a lot, but some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time? Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca. Still, I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides. Ah, you remembered that. Thank you. I grieved for a time, but that's done. In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions, but something given for now, not forever. Thanks. He's not my... Oh, I see what you did there. Good one. He had more trouble adapting than most. He got himself disqualified from the UFC, so he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out, and his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Perhaps. And you. Farewell.
I take it you're the Oracle. Thanks for coming. Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened. I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple. She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time. But he's been dealt with. He's You know what? The important thing is we'll never see him again. Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there. Barbarians everywhere. He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time.
He wanted to be immortal.
Eternal torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
It's what he asked for. Good.
You too. See you around.
It's what he wanted.
Greetings. You must be the legendary Oracle. It is a sincere privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am Georgius. I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that, I am most grateful. I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it. This is at once heartbreaking and thrilling. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the azure Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld and won. Ah, the poor sweet thing perished in a shrine collapse before the rest of us were saved. It is the one regret I have in all this. You too, my friend.
I take it you're the Oracle everybody's talking about. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. We have? I'm sorry, I don't remember. In any case, I'm Philip. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive. And it seems I have your catabasis to thank for it.
Catabasis. That's a new one.
I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge. Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back and save them all, speak to them all, so they all know who I am, and then go back and do this. Definitely doing that.
My sincere thanks once again.
Of course.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the likes of us. But thank you for coming and for saving our lives. What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber, not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor. After we lost Ulpius, I spent a lot of time reflecting on what I could have done differently. I couldn't shake the feeling that if I'd just found the right words, he'd still be with us today. In the end, I decided to devote the rest of my life to helping others like him. So I'm told, and I know that rationally. Maybe someday I'll believe it too. And you? Oh, and I hope this isn't too forward, but some of us are going out for a drink after this, if you'd like to join us?
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'll see you soon.
Good evening. Greetings. Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. In all the time I was in the underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like Elysium.
That's a good perspective. coming to the 21st century being like, ah, this is Elysium. And I suppose it probably would feel that way.
I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while. At least until I'm well enough to be independent again. Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but that's all right. I have 2,000 years worth of poetry to catch up on now. I'm already up to the 19th century, and am quite enjoying the work of a fellow named Poe. I think I may have found a kindred spirit. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence. And you, farewell, friend.
Some soiree, innit? Ah, hello at last. You must be the oracle I've heard so much about. I'm Dacius. Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you. Most gracious of you. I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market. That's where the real money is now. In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice, you being the Oracle and Future Seer and all that, on which stocks I should invest in next. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend?
Probably arms, because we're about to go
don't be
into
like
level
that.
3.
You can tell your old pal Dacius. I won't take no for an answer.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm going to make a bloody fortune. Of course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my friend.
It's Kabash.
It is an honor to finally meet you, Oracle. You know my name? Oh, of course. You are an Oracle. You know many things. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world. It is a great adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun. Indeed. Thank you, Oracle.
It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there. I'm studying to be an architect again and living in a beautiful flat in Rotterdam, just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets full of educated, accepting people. You natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are. You too. If you're ever in the Netherlands, I'd be happy to show you around. It's the least I could do.
Hello there. Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me, and that monster got what was coming to him. Don't worry, nobody did.
I'm living by myself on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's something Ulpius and I used to talk about doing when we got out, and I thought that's what he would have wanted. But it's been hard. I don't know what I'm doing, and it's just not the same without him. Mostly, it just reminds me he's gone.
I'll fix it, don't worry about it.
Oh, it's hardly your fault. I'll be alright. In time. Thanks. You too.
Latin Black Witch reads, all must walk this path to where the Lords of Day help the virtuous to paradise. In the city beneath the ravenous hunger of the avaricious is sated at the banks of the stream, but in vain, for none from here may return.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to.
Persephone?
I think you know her.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Persephone, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention. Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues, and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected. I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way. Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind. She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day. And you, although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
Were they released?
Good, because they remember you. Well done, my friend.
Oh, wow.
Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Huh. That's cool. That's a nice, sweet ending. Need to redo it again, though. But the thing is, do I get Galerius to just save everyone? Or do I do it? Because then they know I've done it. Alright, I think I go round and I just save everyone. And then we'll do that again. Or, otherwise, we listen to Persephone and yeah, I think we'll just save everyone. Am I going the right way? Alright, okay, I can't do him yet because I have to say the other chick's saved. Where was the bar lady? She wasn't there. The assassin. Good idea. I don't even know why the assassin's here. Because there's no way that he followed the tracks to try and get Quintius. Here, how did he follow someone into the underworld? It's so weird. Surely there's a better reason for it.
What are you? She needs the rest. What? You leave? Hopefully, that was A what? I'm sorry, I must have misheard you. I think it's your accent, because it sounded... That was like the... You just saved a person's life, and maybe she can tell us in the mean...
I don't think
That's
I need
a shame.
to do any of this.
Ah, a fellow greetings. My friend.
Blah blah blah. Alright, we talk to you. She's not there. Talk to Theseus.
How'd you do? Hello? Wow.
I wonder what happens if I give him the bow.
Oh well, let me know if you change. Very well.
Ah, and I hear... Nice to talk to you.
Blah blah blah. What if I just don't do anything with the assassin? I just don't approach the bathhouse. Therefore, he doesn't come out of the bathhouse. He doesn't get killed. And I send Fabia to her bakery.
What?
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside.
Scam him twice. Alright.
Hello there. Well, I'll take your word. Now you're talking, I'm interested. Oh, that's a little excessive, don't you? All right, all right. Well, how do I know I can trust you? I suppose... Here's your... Now. What? I can't take that golden bow because stealing from the goddess in her own shrine would break the golden rule. You promised to tell me where I could get one of my own. What is this? Some kind of joke? I don't believe this is
I wonder
happening.
if this will make him a better man.
Don't even talk to me.
We should do it again sometime, and we will. That's good shit. Alright.
May
let's talk
Apollo
to-
keep you safe.
Oh, was there...
Hello.
Laura.
Now we've met. Okay, This dude.
What business? Willow, but finally, it was.
Cool. I can't really talk to absolutely everyone unless I go see Nivea? Valerian?
Salve, Fred. Welcome to life. Ah, we've all... All right. Well,
I can't believe this is how it ends.
oh, no. No. No, 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 no. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from...
That's the...
What?
Why do you...
Please,
I'm sorry, but...
please, help him. Thank...
You... know? Well...
What if I saw
if you
Scintilla
say
before
so.
talking to him?
You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all. It's too late for that. If I backed up...
I've never said that line before. It should mean the same. But I don't want to risk it.
Oh, really? That was... Really? You'd... It seems today, thank you. Thank you. I just wish... I'll go and take care of...
Oh, and like Malleolus and shit like that, they don't want to come see me? Weird. Where's Rufus gone? There he is.
No,
Julia!
It's... I know, and I know... I'm going...
Cheers. And then I'll tell Virgil that I've sorted it.
Welcome back. Well, help up, but... Nice to talk to you.
Okay, I guess I can't. Dooley?
Hello? Hello? Do you like it? But it's my... well... like... yeah.
Alright,
Bye-bye.
all good. Alright, yeah, we can go speak to Malleolus. That seems like a cool idea.
A new face. Oh. You did? Wait, what? Sumerian? As in east of the Euphrates, where Babylon is? Let me see if I understand you. Our ancestors built over the Greeks' temple, copied their religion, and changed their god's name from Hades to Pluto. But the Greeks had done much the same thing to the Egyptians, and the Egyptians had done the same things to the Sumerians before them. If that's true, then I've spent my whole life serving a goddess who may well have been a copy of a copy of a copy. It's no wonder I never felt like my prayers to Vesta were answered. All that time. Who was I even
don't think it matters
talking to?
unless
Did I even know
if
her
you're using
name?
a name, the wrong name, you're still praying to the right person.
I see. That is a lot to take in. I think I would like to be alone now, if you don't mind.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not? Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment. Whatever.
It's not gonna help.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected.
I'm not supposed to be in here. Talk. My marital affairs are no con...
Am I missing an item?
I think a better question is, why I have quite enough marriage my marriage... Preferably the way... I think... Fine, this is outrageous.
Maybe I was meant to talk to Malleolus first.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in. My name is Marcus. I like. Unlikely. I trust.
I've got bottles of wine. I should be fine.
Why? My marriage...
Bugger.
Get out before I have Domitius throw you out.
I'm not sure what's happening there then. That's alright. I don't rock up at the museum anyway. And I don't have proof. Am I not able to do it again? I'm not sure what's roadblocking me there then.
Boy! How did you get in there, you cheeky little circus? If I cop it here from
What is it?
Malleolus, I'll be coming for you.
All right.
Oh, another one fresh. Oh, I wish Horatio... I trust...
Yeah. Don't even bother speaking to this guy.
We're finally... Is that...
Look now. Thank you.
Okay, so we've rescued the suicide.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Shalom. All right, friend.
We should go speak with Philip. But let's also speak to these two. And wherever Galerius is.
Just but say it. Then I thought I had. He gives.
Cool.
Handsome, and you. Let's just. Not for a few weeks now. I remember the one. All right.
Should I go seek a bash as well? Galerius is at the farm, yeah. Trying to remember what's down here. Okay, that's right. Well, yeah, you're right. If he's aware of the loot.
I saw you slide down that rope before.
How come he
Very
doesn't
impressive.
remember?
And strange, too, since that device you used is... There are... Anyway... What? Fiend... In the rock... Well, but if anyone knows for sure, it'll be her sister, Set... Oh, but I say, let's spend... Well... One day, when I was about 20, my father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. But by the time I got back, he was bleeding. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and more raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning one night, when my sisters and I had nothing left to steal. There was a knock at the door. I knew who they were, and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters, dead. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. Still burns whenever I think about it. Yeah, well,
that's why he thinks he's
I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the Romans. Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved. So, then I found myself being transported all the way to Rome to be sold to the highest bidder. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways. Romanized my name and tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. Everybody was running down toward the river, screaming and shouting. I'd never seen anything like it. Human beings. I got swept up with them somehow, and the rest is a blur. The next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river. That's what I thought too. See, I finally had my own farm again, until Sentius the Decurion demanded I hand over all my produce. It's for the good of us all, he says. Only he takes the best bits for himself, of course. He even told me if I refuse his demands, I'll break the golden rule. I'm not sure I believe him, but then, what if he's right? So, it turns out our dear old magistrate is no better than the Legion thugs who took everything. But don't you worry. Forget I said. Thanks, friend. I knew I liked you. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. All right.
Okay. I don't know what the goose eggs are for. Why can't I pick up goose eggs? Alrighty, all I need to speak to now is Naevia, Philip, and Centilla. Oh, and Kabash as well. I might as well. I might as well just talk to everyone.
Come and join me by the fire. Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
Had this conversation before. You're going to explain that the exertion of power required to create a utopia will always result in tyranny.
I was indeed. But we've never met before, have we? I'm sure I would have remembered. Blessed Lissa, am I losing my memory? Oh, that's a relief. For a moment, I thought it was I who was touched by madness.
How would you persuade the god of the underworld to abolish the god?
I assume you're asking me this as some kind of amusing hypothetical? Extraordinary. Then let me see if I can help you. I suppose first I'd want to gather information. I'd want to know about his reasons for imposing the Golden Rule, and what he considers a sin. If I could expose some internal inconsistency in his reasoning, some degree of hypocrisy, I might be able to compel him to change his position. But as a philosopher, the saddest truth I ever learned is that all but the most enlightened opponents are more easily swayed by appeals to emotion than by reason. So the easiest path would be to find his emotional susceptibility and exploit it. If he was vain, I might try to flatter him. If he was merciful, I would try to evoke pity. As a last resort, I might figure out what he fears losing above all else, and, if I could, threaten to take it away. Though, of course, that could easily go awry. Now, go quickly while my words are still fresh in your memory.
Okay. I should just run through this.
Stop! Do not come in. I am and to what end? I was here. Now, as indeed, I stumble. You may not, because it speaks a treacherous, blasphemous. I will tell. It has a name. See what has as Egyptic when even as
Yep.
I am glad to hear it. It is inscribed. It and that's you will this. You are too late. It is done. You would.
Let's not bring this place down this time. Not that it will have any kind of effect.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise. You will die here.
Hold on, I'm just gonna see what that chat is. What the fuck is that? Yeah.
I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege. But you...
Yes,
very well,
yes.
I will listen. But if I... Why? That
I'm
may
just gonna
be
go for
true
mild
of many...
choices,
Does...
because I know that it will work.
But we and did... I am... Very... I will...
It's not actually filling up with it. No. Okay. We have talking to Kabash. Yeah.
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable.
Okay. I need to get under the Temple of Diana to get to Naevia. Oh, can I? He's not gonna open it up for me.
Salve! Don't even...
Shit. Is there another way in? I mean, how did I get out? I came out there. Oh yeah, look at this. How do I get up there? Then what's the point of it? For when you're up there? It's just another way down? Alright, I don't think I can talk to her then. I climbed up something. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, bugger. Alrighty, is that everyone we can talk to though? Just Centillia.
Who are you? Did he send you? And Juno, you're here. What?
What?
I hate you.
Another thought occurs. If I go that way to the baths, what will my interaction with the assassin be? I wonder if it'll be any kind of different. Okay, I'm thinking I might drop down a full backy save. So if I do something wrong, I can just reload this, knowing I've talked to everyone. Oh, you're right, sorry, that doesn't lead to the baths. Yeah.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, Nergal to the but the one and I've been and what is more, but there will be first.
Okay,
That is merely the name you're... I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own.
Yeah.
No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios.
Yes.
This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not? Enough. You clearly know nothing. Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations, or are you going to give me an example? The merchant. How is that inconsistent with the rule I've outlined? I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others, and he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway. Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want if they found themselves in another situation. Not if we're wise enough to know the mind of man. Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want? Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked?
Scam, no. Debt, bondage, no. Experiments on golden statues. No, they think they're doing the right thing. Abduction, surely. When people say that gods are cruel, it just shows how unreliable and subjective moral code is. You know better judging than that from one. See what he says about that.
Abduction? You mean the magistrate imprisoning his daughter in the cistern, I take it. He did so because she sought to escape. A sin I take particularly seriously. Better that he stops her from escaping, albeit brutishly, than I have to wipe out this entire city to punish
So committing a wrong?
Wouldn't you agree?
For a right reason?
Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked? Do you honestly think you could do better?
No, but that's my point. Nobody's grafted right one so perfectly. If you trust to rule this power, you become tyrant.
I should strike you down for that.
That's exactly what a tyrant would say.
Huh. Now, did you have any other questions before your reckoning? Do you plan to speak in... Ah, the tavern keeper, yes? How is that inconsistent with the rule?
Want someone else to sell the hammock if she thought she was buying me.
I disagree. Having watched that tavern keeper, that is precisely what she would expect from others. She would view it as a game, one she intends to win. Applying this rule always requires speculation to... Now tell me.
He's gonna say that for everything.
You speak of the moneylender. How is that inconsistent with the rule? And he would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he did was enforce the terms of a contract signed voluntarily by others. Ignoring your irritating sense of moral superiority, this is interesting. I'm curious, how do people escape poverty where you're from? I see. And how long might it take such a person to repay their debt? I fail to see how your system of loans is significantly different to a debt bondsman signing over his labor for 30 years. Supposing you're right, then my law's been... Now tell me, the midwife and the palace, yes. How is that inconsistent with the rule? The rule is do unto others, meaning other people. Those statues are something else now. Bloodless shadows, mere shapes of their former selves. They are forsaken. What happens to them is no concern of mine. Now tell me, what other sins do you believe I have overlooked? Do you honestly... I should... Now. Very well. I would recognize that anyway. You... If I refuse... Perhaps you are... I do not... And now, this has gone on. But know this. Very well. I will have Charon make... Once this exodus... What now? You had best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
Alright, let's see how this changes.
Oh. Well. Know who you are. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in? I'm fairly fortunately for us. Apparently, they believe that if even one person, then, an oracle saving the life of preventing the suicide, and so on. And the doors, nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than because the next thing he knew. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of what became of and did. I don't know, it reads like an earnest account. Anyway, I think I thought. I'm gonna pause. You go.
You're back? Ah, why?
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me. I do that you my. Most so ask yourself. A wise decision. It means I am now bereft of purpose. There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company. Perhaps you have heard the tales of the well, along my orders. It means there is. I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Ow! It's so good.
Kinda lost track of. And there was a tablet.
Sounds like quite a. You two.
Sounds good to me.
And you?
After everything you've been through, so after we got back to the real world, I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. Why don't you head on down there? I hope you're getting a kick out of seeing some familiar faces again.
You're finally here. Remember me? It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Charon appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld. Oh, I used Charon's gift to... It's hard work, but... I know! We're planning to get married. Of course.
Alright, nothing new there.
Oh, hello.
Probably nothing new here.
You're here. So, you're the hero who... I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels... Galerius and... It feels like we're just so... Oh, it's sweet of you to...
See someone. I'll do that.
See...
Hello. Galerius said you're very... I live at Galerius. Treasure? Oh, I forgot. Bye-bye.
You're here. It's so good to see you again. How are you? I wanted to come here and thank you again for saving my life. And of course, getting me and all of us out of a terrible situation. Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my
Hi there.
wonderful girlfriend. And I'm studying English at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire ever was. Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed?
Yeah.
And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable. Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited. There's so much to see and learn and write about. I have noticed people from your time have no idea how fortunate they are. I hope to change that. One day. Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire, and wound up being committed to a psychiatric hospital. As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word? Schadenfreude? Thank you. You're very kind. Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, and how she was going to be living the high life from now on. Even in your time, life still isn't fair. Apparently, he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called... what was it? Nigeria? Some people have all the luck. Well, you are the Oracle, so I suppose I'll take your word for it.
That's great.
I feel better already. Thank you. You too! If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there.
Oh, God.
I hope so.
Long time no see. Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile. If the world knew we died 2,000 years... Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So... I'm studying to get into medical school. As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time. You too, don't be a stranger.
Hey.
It's good to see you again. I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life. I'm living up north and studying. The world's changed a lot. Still, the ones who pioneered our path. You remember in the world. Remind. Thanks. He's not my... Oh, he had more trouble adapting. He got himself supposed, but his... You're not wrong. And you.
Hi there. You certainly scrub up all right. Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I'm not sure if you heard, but she knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister, but he's been dealt with. He's... anything I... Of course, you too.
Okay.
Greetings, my friend. It is a sincere pleasure to see you once again. I am told we have you... I am reacquainting myself with Greece. Perhaps I hope you... You...
Hello. You're here.
Hi.
It's so good to see you. I wanted to say thanks for stopping me from going into that shrine. I still think about that all the time. And for getting us out of there. I'm just so happy to be here with you and everyone together again, even if it's just for one more night. Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so I just do what makes me happy.
Mostly that means baking for my friends and looking at memes while binging TV shows in yoga pants. What a time to be alive. Thank you. I really am. You too.
And here you are. It's wonderful to see you again. Oh, and by the way, I go by Philip now. A fine Greek name. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And it seems I have your catabasis to thank for it. I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge. Not that I need the money. Aha! You remember that? I have to admit, I've been profoundly impressed by the advances humans have made. The sum total of human knowledge available at our fingertips, miraculous modern medicines, and a series of prosperous democracies. Your contemporaries have come further toward utopia than I ever thought possible, though there's still a way to go. My sincere thanks once again.
You're here! It's so lovely to see you again. I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the likes of us. But thank you for coming and for saving our lives. What you did was extraordinary, and I'm living in Rome again, and watching you persuade Ulpius not to take his own life inspired me. I just want to spend the rest of my life helping people, like you helped him. Thank you. That means a lot. And you. Oh, and... wonderful.
Good evening. We meet again. Thank you for your kind words, and I'm recovering. You remember that I'm already... Men have called... And you.
Some soiree, innit? We meet again, old friend. Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't whatever you did in that temple made me most great. I took the money I made from set. In fact, I can't decide between... Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal. Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm gonna make a bloody fortune. Of course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my friend.
That's...
Plunder any more tombs later? I must say, I am ashamed of the way I acted when we first met. If I had known you would go on to confront and triumph over the tyrant masquerading as the Lord of Silence, I would never have blocked your passage. You are most gracious. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom. I spent the first 20... Thank you. Thank you.
We meet again. Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. And I wanted to say thanks, and no hard feelings, for leaving me in that cistern when you did. I know it must have been a difficult decision, but it was the right one.
I know. It's so bad.
I'm living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's even more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us. You can try some of our very own wine. Thanks. You too.
Good to see you under better circumstances than last time. I wanted to thank you for saving my life and getting us all out of there. The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake, I'll be forever in your debt. I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of. It'll be a little while before we know what we're doing, but every day I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope and missed out on all of this? So we're living each day to the fullest. And we end them all the same way, sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching the sunset over the rolling hillside. And I couldn't be happier. Thank you. I wouldn't be here without you. You too.
Good to see you. I go by Rufus now. New start, new name. Oh, and thanks, by the way, for showing me how to treat my rheumatism. I probably would have lost my mind if it wasn't for that willow bark. Although I think your people have a different name for it. Aspirin, I believe. Thank you. Really. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff. I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he grew up. It's very modern.
I told him.
Destroyed in the wall.
I told him that I think your calls at home. He
Rebuilt
wouldn't believe
itself. Good place for a fresh start. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with my life yet. One adjustment at a time. Huh. Good to know. Anyway, it was good practice for the new world. Security cameras and smartphones everywhere. Got to stay vigilant. You too. Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands. We're grateful.
We meet again, my friend. I wanted to thank you personally for and for helping Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come off a little gruff, but once you get past that, he's a lovely fellow. I'm studying to be an architect again and living with Rufus in our beautiful flat in Rotterdam, just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets. You natives of the 20s. You too, as Rufus said in his own laconic way. If you're ever in the Netherlands, we'd love to show you around. It's the least we could do.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long... Allow me to introduce... I am Proserpina. I wanted to meet you in person. I hate to think what would have happened. And you. Oh, and one last thing. Good. Because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus and Aeneas would be proud.
Okay. Now, just trying to think how to do other endings. Now, if I load my save game, everyone there but Naevia is there, but I might be able to just get everyone into the cistern for it to escape. And we'll see what happens with that. I can also confront Sentius, tell him that he's going to break the golden rule, potentially. Might be with Dooley.
Citizen?
Or maybe I can only do that right at the beginning. Get him to gather everyone.
How are you doing today? I'm sad. Am I going to die in here?
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kinder than Sentius and let you out.
I hope so. Galerius, what happens when you die?
You're not going to die anytime soon, Dooley.
My mother told me, when you die, a ferryman helps you cross a river.
Whatever's in that grate, don't even talk to me.
Well, yes, but
is it true that if you were good, you get to go to Elysium, and if you were bad, you get punished forever and ever in Tartarus?
Something like that, but
if I die and go to Tartarus because they say I've been bad?
I'm not going to let that happen to you, Dooley. I promise.
Thank you, Galerius. Thank you.
Now, I have more work to do, but I'll visit you again soon, all right?
All right, Galerius. See you then.
Ah, it's you again. Now.
Yeah, no, I can't.
All right.
It has to be at the beginning of a new loop. Okay. I guess I will just confront Sentius.
I hope you have a good...
you've...
Of course. What is it? Yes?
I can't select.
Why then did you say it looks... Me? You know... Al... Come, you see... He was a mob, and because I was... And when... The next time, I mean, you... Less imp... And because so...
And and why? Oh, you understand. What are you going to do? Now, get out of my...
Okay. Wait.
See you again.
Okay. A thought occurs. Just bear with me a second.
Stop right there. Thank you.
He's in there, mate. Go on. Get in there.
Filthy, lying degenerate!
Cool. Now, let's go ask the god of the underworld why they didn't break the golden rule.
Be
Or
careful
why he
who
thinks
you
they didn't
trust.
break the golden rule.
And here you allow no, but the dead first. That is. Do you plan to speak in sweeping general?
It's not an option. It's not an option. Because, in my mind, I've murdered the assassin. That was witnessed by the statues for sure. The whole conversation, the lie. He would know that I intended for the assassin to die. So the fact that I can't ask the god this, whether it's murder or not, because originally when I spoke to Fabia about it, and she goes, "Do you think that was murder?" And I said, "Yes. The golden rule broke." So then, God of the Underworld, when I admitted that I think it's murder, broke the golden rule. But now on subsequent loops, it doesn't break the golden rule. But is that because he doesn't think it's murder? It's just an unfortunate thing that happens? It's, I can't ask him.
Very well. Very well. Good. Then now it is time for your reckoning. Only, it seems, something is wrong. It has long been within my power to see into the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life. But when I peer into you, I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city. How is this possible? Charon, where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you. How did you come here? If that is true, then I sense the intervention of someone powerful.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal? Who brought you here?
We cannot know.
Interesting. What happens if I tell him that Prospera has been intervening? Oh, I kind of want to find out both of these answers. Because if I'm like, oh, I hope you can tell me, he's gonna not know at all.
That would explain why you first appeared in her shrine. But how is that possible? She has slumbered for 3,000 years. You would have me believe that all this time she has been deceiving me, and that you are the pawn she has chosen to undermine me? Then she has chosen poorly, because you are clearly a fool. However, you will make a fine statue.
Just doesn't believe me.
Do you really think you... Pathetic. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay, well I want to move loop anyway. Yeah, because you would have to admit you notice him. So he's just making a shit judgment on that. But it's until my intentions were clear, that's when he judges. Because, again, it's not about, in your mind's eye, thinking if it's right or wrong. He's just a tyrant. What is that?
Salve, Fred. Oh, sounds... You... All right, let me...
Ah, I fucked up. I had to do the other thing.
I'll go...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, Fred. What? That's a big ask. But something tells me you're not kidding. But I doubt I'll be able to gather more than a handful of people.
Let's see who he's able to grab. No? You don't care about them?
The 49 melodies fetch again, with incessant labour. The one we have lost.
Bro, not even trying. Oh, it's her that's walking up, okay. You waiting for her? Bruh, just... nothing's going on. I'm just chilling. Where the hell is this chick at? Or it's done. I don't actually see him go and talk to anyone.
Don't you just love springtime?
Alright. We'll just do it.
You? Who are you? We... How did you know? Wait, did you hear that? You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow? Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
The many shall suffer
I have his
for
key.
the sins
I
of
can
the
open the
one.
gate. Come on. We have to go. The others should be right behind us. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a... Well... Funny you should... I was just reading an old tablet I found here. It described an event about 2,000 years. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then, it said the attack caused golden statues to come. Apparently, Scintilla and a handful of other citizens managed to escape. Let me see. God, why did I've spent... This is... So you're saying, I guess, maybe we can escape through the same aqueducts.
Yeet.
I'm gonna pop.
Okay, I don't think this is a different ending, because it's very similar to the other ending, it's just more people escaped. Yeah, I agree.
Ah, why don't you... Real...
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but Octavia, Lucretia, Horatius, Equitia and I will never forget you, or what you did for us. It pains us that so many of our dear friends were not so fortunate, including Ulpius and Galerius, who heroically tried to rescue Dooley, but never made it back. But there is no point dwelling on what might have been. All we can do is take this gift you've given us and try to show others the same compassion you showed us. We promise you that saving our lives was not for nothing. Scintilla et al.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her.
I think I can
I'd love to
set
hear
this
your
up
story,
again,
but
then
first,
just go through
you two look
the
exhausted.
process of
Why don't you
electing
hop in my boat and
Galerius.
rest while I
Because,
ferry
like,
you
even though
back to
Dooley
civilization?
breaks
Sounds
the,
good to me.
golden rule,
And you? Are you ready to go home?
It's the golden rule that triggers them to escape, so I think that's fine. Oh, it is a different ending. Okay. So I think we've had ending 2, 3, and 4. So the first ending would just be probably killing Sentia straight up.
What?
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Oh, what?
Don't be so foolish. If you kill me, we all die. And
that's the plan.
If I die, I won't be able to open the portal. You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time. So if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so. That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone here, and you'll never be able to undo it. Is that what you want? Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored.
Patching.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
It's a little different.
Oh. Hi there.
Not coming
Give me a
out
bit of a
so
fray.
soon.
Well, really, I was just reading an old tablet I found here. It described an event and murdered a local magistrate, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said that the voice of a furious god rang out, and the ground trembled and statues sprang to life, firing arrows at the city's inhabitants. Apparently, as the citizens screamed and died in pain, the stranger just vanished in a flash of light. What? God, why did I've spent this is... So you're saying... I can't see how I could possibly find one. Seems like we're both gonna die here. How can you say that? You murdered a man in cold blood, and now there's a city full of dead people. It's only a matter of time before we join them. I guess all those old Latin inscriptions were right. Pro peccata unius, multis dolabunt. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Ba-ding. Bruh. Speedrun. Okay. I mean, there's still things that I haven't done yet that I can try. Like, I haven't talked to everyone and then saving them, but that is all the endings. So, I think I'm done for now. Thank you for tuning in. That has been the Forgotten City. If I find anything, I don't know, interesting in like maybe a replay or something like that, I think I'll just record it and edit it and upload it or something like that, but that's gonna do for now. Thank you very much, and yeah, this is a good game. Alright, catch you later.